would like to do the recap?
I have the thing, the funny recap. Ah, shit.
Okay. Trogger is willing to do the recap.
All right. Yes, here we go. This page. Oh boy, this could be fucking funny. All right. So the last session started off with the aftermath of the fight that we had just gotten done with. You know, we killed the big guy, but the buildings are still kind of partially destroyed and whatnot. So Trogger and I forget who it was that needed the staff. It was
Void. Sorry, I mean Arcus.
Yeah.
I was about to say I think it was Arcus. Cleared some rubble to find the staff, of which the princess had basically then ordered her guards to like take care of the civilians and then also help clean up. Trogger, after helping find the staff, went and got Tranquil and Heathen. Now we cut to the fucking wild shit. Arcus decided that Arcus and Viola decided it's shopping time, and now then Arcus went to commit some wizard crime because he is magical. Remember that. Viola and Arcus break into the jewelry store and break into the cabinets holding rings and scrolls, not realizing that there was an alarm on it. Arcus using a pry bar and Viola, well, finessing the lock open. They have now committed grand larceny and are now running from the guards who went to investigate, of which Arcus got spotted very briefly, though. In the pursuit, Viola decided to try and help by trying to blind the guards that were chasing them, stumbling and bumping into one eventually, and then still making their way away from them.
She was invisible during this whole process, too.
Yes.
Yep, otherwise she had very little hope of managing that.
Arcus then decides he's going to just say, fuck this, and teleports into a random dark room.
It worked.
You're right, it did work. You committed grand larceny and got away with it.
I hate that it works.
I hate that it works, too.
He had a 50-50 shot, and he won.
Ah, yes! Arcus bones his clothing to change colors. I forgot about that, because you used prestidigitation in order to change the color of your jacket and boots, I think. Or was it just your jacket? It was one of the sun.
It was his jacket. I forgot about the boots.
Eventually Trogger would get back, learning about Arcus committing his wizard crime. Where the party would meet back up at the inn, like
Tavern, yeah.
Aid Center Tavern. Like at this moment, it's pretty much full of people just trying to have a place to stay. At which point we eventually meet Sari. Don't have much info on them. And they're already suspicious of the party for child abuse.
And indecency.
Oh, I should note that. You're right. And in the sense, there we go.
Yeah, I'm not helping the party either.
I believe that covers just about everything, yes?
They also just received a letter from the princess requesting Heathen, and if party wishes to, accompanying him to meet with her at the castle. Which Heathen said that the note totally said he is awesome because he can totally read.
Yep. And that is where we were at.
If you do not have a DM inspiration, you have one now. If you do have one, you should have waited.
No, I didn't have one. I was gonna say I forgot that I had wrote what was it? Arcus bones his clothing to change colors. I forgot I had wrote that sentence. It's always a treat getting to read what I wrote because it's usually when I'm tired and out of it.
Also, Viola has worn and attuned to, or used one of their abilities to understand one of the rings that it is cursed. It is a funny curse. Not the best curse, but it's funny. And it's up to them if they want to reveal what that cursed item is and or does.
You should give it to Arcus. It'd be funny.
It would be funny.
It'd be very funny.
It would probably be preferable, but I have to get my revenge on Kyo first.
Oh, you don't know what the other two are. It gets worse.
Alright, so
and as far as you know, Siri is going to go get presentable, in quotation marks, so they are leaving the party for a moment. And I believe it is Trogger that owes Siri money, and they don't have money, so.
I have no clue what they're going to charge in the end. I really do not care, though, because I will gladly give gold to another player. I don't really care too much. It's going to the same place anyways in the end.
So yeah, now it's up to the party. What will y'all do?
Well, aren't we heading to the castle?
I believe we're going to go slow so that our new acquaintance Sari can collect some items, but that's the path we're taking, yes.
If I remember correctly, they said they would meet you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you also have to pass the church to get to the castle, so it's your choice if you want to hit the church first, if you want to hit the castle. I mean, it's all up to you.
Look, if we hit the church, we're doing a drive-by hit, if anything.
Well, you know the way with Void, it's a drive-by. Or walk
Well,
by.
no, we ain't got time to waste on them. So if we're hitting them, it's gonna be a drive-by. It's gonna be quick, 30, and gone.
Giggity.
I think we're just going to the castle and hopefully get whatever sort of hit order is on Heathen, get that removed, and take care of whatever surprises the prince has for us.
The princess is there, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
Or allegedly, sorry, I should say.
So where are you going? Are you going to the castle or the church?
I don't think we're going to the or not the castle, the church, sorry.
Okay.
We are going to the castle unless something interrupts us at the gate.
Unless the clergy want another fight, I ain't got no reason to go there.
Excuse me. Dragon's not there. I just figured, it's a nice change of pace for a new page screen.
Oh
God.
Okay. No, I needed to make sure I didn't twist my leg in the wrong way.
I got concerned.
Yep. All good though.
As you walk towards the castle, you see where there was the damage done. The large body is still on the ground. It's going to take a little bit for them to deal with it. But, ignore the dead body, the giant dead body.
We did that.
Oh, I hate y'all so much sometimes.
I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Pringles, you want some?
What kind of Pringles?
3 kinds. Spicy, sour cream and onion, and cheddar cheese.
I'll take both, but not the spicy.
There we go. See, she doesn't hate us anymore. We're all good.
The rest of the city is pretty much a bustle. I mean, they're doing what they can right now because of shit that just happened. You get to the castle, no issues. You cross that path. Using your passive perception, you don't have to roll for it. The chasm is still eerily quiet. The guarding dragon is still gone. And there are 2 guards in front of the main doors. But it seems as though they were waiting for you as they tell you, like, hurry up, in a sense.
Different to the previous 2 that we had dealt with.
Yeah. Well, roll a perception. You, Trotter. Yeah, you could tell that these are 2 different ones. Again, the more high up, the less they talk, the less they do, so the less you can tell. But these 2 are entirely different guards from last time. But once entering, Heathen actually takes the lead. He knows this place in and out. And since this was a request for him specifically, he knows where to go, hopefully. And in a kind of proud gaunt, he walks up to the 2 main big doors that you've seen once before. Does anyone remember what those doors dictated?
I mean, I never seen those doors in my life.
Only 2 people
Give me a sec.
have remembered this.
Sorry, I need to use my notes. I don't remember all. Oh, it was the legend of the Dragon King, the Dragon Rider God.
And do you have said notes of that?
A dragon and a man with an intricate long sword. No, that is actually all I have on the door itself.
I will give you an inspiration for even having any notes of that.
I wrote more about the king, prince, and princess.
The 2 giant doors that are much bigger than needed, but I guess, it's what king palaces have, shows an intricate fight between a man with a long sword and a giant dragon. They are in the midst of a fight. And there's like little like sayings and writtens and whatnot, but oh my god, no. Shame on you. I will take that inspiration away. We do not kick puppies.
The prince is the puppy kicker.
Yeah, but
we're fine.
I think it's more he would kick kids over puppies. You could sell the puppies.
I mean, he was also willing to sell the kids.
True. See. When entering, all you see is the princess. She is at a table looking over paperwork, like a little like it wasn't there last time as what Viola and Arcus could remember. She's kind of made this like her little work area. And the seats behind her that once sat her brother, herself, and her father are empty.
Hello, Princess Katana. Your guards rushed us in.
She'll mumble a little bit and waves you all closer. This is where Heathen gets a bit cautious, and who's ever up front, he will go behind them because she is a bit much to deal with.
Tranquil would have 100% been right behind him.
Okay.
Trogger would have flanked him effectively to help protect him.
Then yeah, he is kind of shielding behind you because of how
he's got his bodyguards.
basically. After a moment, she will grab a bag off of the table, walk over to the party, doesn't matter who, and hand over a bag. Oh, you're going to be in front, Viola?
If anyone wants to pipe up, but
I know the party's been quiet.
I mean, I was just about to speak. If you're gonna be in front, go for it.
You know what? I think that she'll take the time to investigate the bag, assuming it has stuff other than gold in it. But we'll see.
When opening the small pouch in your hand, it contains 500 gold. She looks at each party member and says that for what you've done in the war, and as a token of apology for being the toy to the prince, this is yours. She will then, out of going back to the table and coming back, she will not kneel, but squat down to get to Heathen's height, which he will kind of flinch, and offer up a sealed letter and a book.
Is it a book like the Book Masturbator has the book?
No. This is, oh my god. This is a normal sized book.
Okay.
Void, when you see the book, you get that pain in your head that you've had before.
Ashton just tilts his head at that.
Why is this not moving? You can roll an Arcana if you want. Oh my god, why is this not moving? I'm having issues with Grammarly and my
I
computer.
just realized a mild problem.
What?
Heathen's not going to be able to understand the letter.
I'll take that. You sense a magical aura around the book. It will take Heathen a moment, but he'll take both and give a curt little nod to her in response.
Princess, this is very generous. Hundreds of gold, yes, but we were expecting a fight of some sort or a trap from the prince.
Yeah, seems you took care of things up here.
You would think. No, even he eluded me, unfortunately. Seems that we were both a bit late.
Oh, damn. It would have been good to see him brought down a peg.
Well, you might not be able to find him here, but you two had some sort of quest that the king alluded to that you were doing together. You must know where he would be instead.
She kind of grits her teeth a little bit, grimacing as she stands back up. That's the problem. There was, in quotations, no quest. Apparently, my father was doing his own, journey. Before his demise, of course. And you are more than welcome to stay. We are having a funeral procession tomorrow, followed by a week of mourning. But I took the money from my own personal treasury to give as a token for all that has happened. Yeah, don't all of you start talking at once. Damn.
Well, your generosity is greatly appreciated.
Make sure you put in your notes that everyone's just fucking quiet as she's given information and then just stands there for a moment like, well?
Me just about to say something, Bree takes a breath to start speaking. Hey, thanks for being quiet. Motherfucker, I was just about to say something. No, I forgot what I was going to say. Damn it.
Tranquil's not comfortable around nobility. So he's just kind of being the looming protector for Heathen right now.
But yeah, she offers this information. She's
There
given
only
to Heathen what she needed to.
There's only one way in and out of this castle, yes?
Of course not.
Of course not.
For commoners. Not for us.
How many ways out are there?
She'll look at Heathen, which will make him kind of jerk a bit from the reaction. And Heathen kind of starts shaking a bit out of fear. Or maybe it's a memory. Who would know?
Tranquil just puts a hand on his shoulder and casts Calm Emotions. Oh, no, I don't have my spells back, do I?
It's a new day. Did you do a long rest?
We leveled up after the combat, but we haven't rested.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, at the end.
Okay. So yeah, he just cast Calm Emotions on Heathen.
You know, you were sitting on the ground because fuck a bed. So Void took it.
Yeah. So he'll put a hand on Heathen's shoulder and just cast Calm Emotions on him.
I think Viola will pop up here. What's the word? Pop out? Pipe in. There we go. Just give him some space. We can all hear you.
She will then look back to the rest of the party. My brother was not known to have an interest in children, so it was a surprise when this one was taken a liking to. He was more. Let me see if I have this right now. Hold on. Why is Grammarly not working? I hate you.
What are you using Grammarly for?
My notes. It's fine. Oh, there was more. That was the end of it. That's why it wasn't moving. I'm stupid. And I didn't write it down. Anyway, he was more inclined towards the adult matters. And that was kind of like a hint to the party. But for those that live here, we have multiple exits. Some for emergencies, some for personal use. And then she'll point to the big window, the obvious.
So, knowing him best, which that would be you, who knows him best, which exit, obviously not taking the bridge, would he have likely gone for then?
Who knows? He was gone before I even got here. Some of the guards, my guards, just so you know, met their demise before I could come back. Some of his possessions are gone. Some are still being searched. I couldn't think of the word. But as far as it seems, he is gone, as well as some items. But I doubt this is the last time.
Do you have any idea where he might be heading?
She shakes her head.
And I'm guessing these secret exits there would be one in at least each of your rooms, yes?
Of course. In the main rooms, the library, the kitchen, plus more. I'm not at liberty to say for personal reasons, of course.
That's entirely fair. I'm just speculating as to where he could have gone. Now, say he has the knowledge that you're alive, that you're coming here.
Why do you think he left?
Exactly. Now, he wouldn't take the obvious routes out. And he wouldn't want to take ones that you would think he would obviously take. Like, say, why would he take the one in his room when that would likely be one that would be searched, right?
All I can say is each route has been searched and could have been any of them. They auto-seal behind.
And there's no footprints or anything and any sort of dust that led anywhere?
You do not realize how frequently these are used. Some are just
Gotcha.
clearly shortcuts to get out faster, again, for personal use.
Okay. That's unfortunate then.
I think that the prince may make himself apparent if he is left to his own devices. He will make a mess of things somewhere on this continent. But I'd say that he's not the only concern. There's the church and the topic I'm most interested in, the flight of the dragons, and whether or not the king's death is involved in that.
Regretfully, my father met his ends to my brother. It was clear when we found his decapitated body. She's grating her teeth as she says this.
Damn, I need a prince for this piece of shit, but patricide? Eh.
She'll go back to the table once again, grabbing something, and then tosses it towards Void. You can roll to see if you catch it.
It's a knife.
Now's your time to shoot your shot, pretty much, almost. Don't fumble.
Oh, what?
Fumble. Do it.
Void forgetting what he talked about in the previous session.
No, he's still upset that you made him change his coat.
Okay, if it wasn't clear enough to him that if he didn't change his coat, he was likely going to die, then I don't know how to make it clearer.
That's why he's still
You
sad.
liked it. What am I rolling?
You're rolling to catch something. Acro or athletics, you know I don't care.
I can't.
Yeah, I'll take it. 17's good.
Is that a one-handed catch?
You know, roll a performance.
It's your time. Your time to shine.
You make it.
Not bad.
It's so-so. You can act out if you wish on how you caught it.
Wait, what am I catching? Is it like
in your
small?
hand is a sending stone.
Oh yeah. Ashton just takes a swipe out of the air and then looks at it.
She'll give you
She gave you her number.
Oh my god. We need that song, Call Me Maybe.
Alright, hang on. New note. Princess X Astrum? Question mark.
She'll give a bit of a smile because you actually caught it. She was kind of, this you don't know, but she was thinking you were going to fail. She was kind of hoping in a bit because it was going to be funny, but you know, more personal for me. But,
Ashton just gives a small smile to her.
She then informs that when I find information, I will contact you. As well, if you find information, you can contact me. This is my direct line, so to say.
Then I'll keep it close then.
I feel like you do like the little like hand finger guns, like haha, I got
it. This is great. I'm so happy that your character is the way you are. This is great. This is amazing.
And then he just leaves.
He gets the finger guns and just leaves.
Yeah.
Oh.
He just he does the finger guns, immediately gets embarrassed and faces through the floor.
Bruh, he just teleports like, I'm done. There's tomorrow.
There's tomorrow.
I'll shoot my shot literally tomorrow.
Can I get my inspiration for Heathen real quick before I say this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
if
do
he's
keep
walking
noted,
away,
though, that he has it.
Yeah. And I'm going to pat the princess on the shoulder and then make frost appear on her shoulder. That's rough.
No, I'm sorry. Are you giving her cold damage right now? Are you attacking the princess?
I'm giving her cosmetic. I'm adding a cosmetic effect to her outfit to express she got the cold shoulder.
Ah, Argus teleports away and real attacks. Got it. No. But yeah.
Wizards and their wizard crime.
Yeah, you now have a sending stone that will connect straight to the princess and back and forth, you know.
Although, another question. What are you going to do now? Like, what's your plan?
Currently, we will investigate more of his belongings as well as his secret chamber. I don't have to explain that. She'll look to each of you to see if you do ask. And she will then say that we are going to proceed with the funeral, of course. My people will mourn. And during this time of mourning, as long as things stay the way they are, I will go to, and she gives like a long sigh, try to reclaim this peaceful understandings between us and the dragons. She looks away.
I guess in the meantime for us, is there any lead or anything that you could potentially give us to help out with?
From what my people have found and my own personal readings, though it has only been a day, he was working with the church, or more so using the church, if that was not obvious.
Those crazy bastards. Okay.
But again, you are free to stay for as long as you wish. Just please do not. And she will look to Viola and Arcus, like just those two, as she says this. Try not to disturb this part. And she has a bit of a muse to her words as she goes back to her table.
Ashton just smells. Wouldn't think of it.
How's your coat feel, by the way, buddy?
Okay.
Viola and Arcus can roll insight to see if they get her meaning. Well, there's that fumble.
Wait.
Arcus sees pretty lady.
She turned around, I see butt. Yeah, y'all didn't catch it. Trogger, since you can also roll.
I mean, I know what they already did.
But see if you can catch on to what she meant.
Roll to see if your boss's boss is upset.
Oh yeah, she totally knows what the two of them did, and it's amusing.
Literally, all you see, if anyone just looks at Trogger, all he does is just kind of shake his head a little bit, and then that's it.
For her, on a personal thing, she doesn't care that minor theft like that. I mean, they almost got caught, so it is a bit humorous. She doesn't like theft, But I mean, it was a war, so you take what you can get. They helped and then they stole, so it was like a 50. It's like a, they did good and then they did bad. 50-50. It evens out.
You save a life, you take a life. You're net
Basically.
zero. That's my motto.
He then is going to hold on to the sealed letter and book. If no one else does anything, he doesn't have anything anywhere to put it, so he's just going to be able to hold it.
If you finish searching through some of your brother's belongings, I'd like to steal some of his high quality bags and whatnot that he won't be needing, and I can equip Heathen for whatever lies ahead if we're not in the middle of an emergency.
She'll look to Heathen for a moment, and there's this look in her eyes for just a moment, a lingering look, before she'll call out to one of the guards that there's like a few in the room, snapping her fingers. Go get a bag. I don't fucking care which one. Go get a bag. And because there's that urgency in her voice, they will run off.
Could I insight that look?
Anyone
to try
can.
to see what she was. Yeah.
Oh, the one about the crime or about the bag?
The bag.
The bag. She was eyeing Heathen. I wanted to see what kind of emotion that was.
It's a mix of pity and this is the least I can do for you, as you yourself. Yeah, you didn't say to go in the stuff, but it'll only take the guy maybe 2-3 minutes as he stumbles back in, and he's got multiple bags to pick from. It looks like from a commoner's bag to noble bag. She said go get a bag, and he probably took them from multiple places. It's not like they're paid to pay attention to the conversation.
Actually, technically, they are paid to pay attention.
Well, I mean, yes, but not enough to care about, oh, they're talking about bags. Who fucking cares? It's a bag. And then it's like, oh God, they want a bag. What kind of bag? It's like when you go with your girl shopping and they're talking about shoes, all of a sudden they ask you a question, you're like, oh shit, she's talking.
Is there one that looks like it would fit for like Heathen to have on his back, and that would be able to carry that book and stuff?
I mean, they're all packs of some sort. Some are just pouches, but all bags can be somewhat tailored or tightened if needed. It's just a generic looking type of bag. It's just there's some from normal quality to noble quality. He literally just went around quickly and started grabbing bag-like things.
His boss told him to go get bags. What did he do? He went to get bags.
Exactly.
Is there one that is blue?
If not, you can change the color. It's not that hard of a thing to do.
Well, he was trying to see if there was one that was the same color as Squidward.
Roll for it. Evens, yes. Odds, no. No.
Dang it. Well, he'll just ask Keita, and I was like, which one of the bags do you want?
He's going to go up to the man, and after a moment of hesitation, he takes them all.
He takes them all?
He takes them all.
Look, she said bring a bag. He brought multiple bags. Season's like, oh, hey, these are for me.
Exactly. This is Heathen's day. As far as he's concerned, she's giving him stuff, so take what you can.
Okay.
So in
Nice,
total,
okay,
he
okay.
has 4 backpacks ranging from commoners to nobles, 2 pouches, and 1 coin purse.
And all of that is stuffed inside of one bag, effectively.
You can, yeah. Are any of you going to inspect the bags, or are you just going to let him hold on to them proudly because he's got more stuff now?
Hey, that's
Actually,
his
this is the
stuff.
most he's ever owned, if you think about it.
That's his
Yeah.
stuff.
Trinkle's just gonna like give him like a pat on the head and just not do anything. He's just gonna he's not gonna inspect the bags. He's gonna let him have his
Well, he's going to
fun.
cling on to them like it's a death grip at this point. This is the most he's owned in his whole life, and he's not going to let people take it now.
Yeah, if anything, Draugr would just help attach the dagger that he gave Heathen to the bag, so that way he wouldn't have to carry it in like a weird rope thing, and it wouldn't dig into him or anything like that.
Well, right now it's in his rope-like sash because of the outfit.
Yeah, and it was digging into him, right?
A little bit, yeah, because he has gained a little bit of weight, not much.
Then he would help him attach to the bag.
Which
So
one?
it's the outer one, the one that holds everything else.
You're gonna randomly pick what bag, stuff all the other ones in there, and then just attach it?
I mean, if he wants to, he could pick whatever bag to wear.
How
Like,
many?
I don't know,
How many packs did I say he had? 4 or 5?
4
That's what I was
backpacks,
gonna
2
ask.
pouches.
I'm updating the character sheet.
Someone roll a d4. 1 is for the commoner, all the way up to 4 is nobility.
Oh, so are any of these a backpack or just bags?
4 is a backpack. 4 of them are the backpacks. 2 are bags, like you can put some stuff in. They're smaller, like sacks. And then 1 coin purse. So it's like if a commoner's is common, it's the uncommon. So it's not the trashiest looking thing, but it's not the best looking one. So he's going to keep the good looking ones hidden.
As long as multiple of them aren't bags of holding, it's no issue.
I see
Let's
no issue
find
shoving a bag
out.
of holding in a bag of holding. Thank you.
I did. I found out what happens.
Oh, I know what happens. I just said I see no issue doing it.
I put a jar of holding in my bag of holding, and shit happened. So now I know.
Yeah, you created a rift into the astral sea.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bad thing is I was putting 3 of them in my bag of holding. I was just pissed that my bag of holding was destroyed.
At least you didn't put a portable hole into a hat of holding and then tear it all apart when a dragon went to kill you.
No, they refused to give me any good items. Just like the last I captured. Instantly taken away.
Chris knows what I mean by that.
I'm still upset. I'm still gonna get Geno back. I named it Geno for genocide.
The bag or the character?
The Tarask. And if I name it, I keep it. That's the rules. I named it and they took it away. The DM. I was going to have my own little Tarask farm and, breed them and sell them. I also didn't know there's only one in each existence, but, you live and learn.
I mean, yeah, it's because the Tarask emerging is a cataclysmic event anyways.
Yeah, I forgot. What were we doing? Yeah, he's wearing a decent backpack now. All the other ones are being shoved in, and he put his dagger on the side of the bag. Yeah, nothing happens.
Hey, look, now you're a proper adventurer, you know?
He stands there, not smiling too much because he doesn't want to show his eagerness, but he's proud of himself. He has that full pride look.
Gotta lift up the kid's spirits whenever you can, especially when that kid has been through worse than hell.
You cannot believe the PTSD this boy has.
It's like the dog on 4th of July.
And this is why I will always keep combo motions prepared. as long as Tranquil is a cleric.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. What are you gonna do now?
Well, did we have a plan of direction to head after?
She did not have any other information, but would
No, I mean as like a party plan direction.
Well, I did ask y'all yesterday, and you did not decide. So if you do not decide, I will force you. You have the choice right now.
I have no preference.
I was
Because
leaving it up to the people who have been here to know to have that decision informed.
Like this is my homeland. I'm from here. I'm good to stay here. I don't really care. I'm good to go visit other places, type thing.
Are we talking about other places on this continent or leaving to other islands?
Who knows? I kind of hope that you guys would have that idea.
Technically, this is not an island. It is connected to the northern and southern continent.
So we're going north or south?
But then,
You can also try the
reason do we have
ocean.
to go?
You guys want to go on the ocean?
No.
I just have Viola and Arcus having flashbacks to what happened that night when they washed ashore.
Okay, do we want to go north or south then?
Why do we need to go north or south though?
Well, because we can't keep going east or west because it leads back to the oceans.
I think that she's basically giving us the freedom to explore. There isn't an urgent quest
that you know of
at the moment.
I vote north.
Also, if you haven't looked, I did update all quests on the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still have a bounty on us? We should get that taken care of before we leave.
No one's asked. You're still in the room with the princess if you want, unless y'all have left.
I mean, it's just 2 people with a bounty on them at this point.
Yeah.
Technically.
So, yes.
Yeah.
I'll just ask her, where can we meet with the chief of the guards now that they've been calmed and they're working for you again?
Currently, my reign is not set in stone until after the mourning process and if I am successful with the dragons. At least to make it concrete.
Can you remove the bounty on Astrum and I then? Or make it clear whoever tries to bring in the bounty will be treated as a criminal?
She has a smirk for a split moment. Someone roll even, I do it, odds I don't.
All right, we got this. About to fuck everyone over.
Damn. She nods. It was already taken care of since yesterday.
Oh, that's great.
I was really hoping
Thank
I could do it. Okay.
Okay, that is a massive fucking relief.
She cuts you off. That's only in the west. If your bounty leads elsewhere, my hands are tied.
So if it leads up to other nations, then there's nothing you can do about it.
Remember, the prince isn't here, nor is he called. He could do other things while you're here. I said barking.
Yeah, he's barking. You just noticed?
Technically, that's not a curse word. You're fine.
No, it's not a curse word.
So you would right now at this moment have this moment of joy or this moment of like, oh, feels nice. As you are still technically attuned to the cursed ring.
Okay.
It's just a sudden pleasant feeling you feel. Even though you just got told that in the West you're safe.
Okay. Do you know? I guess we'll go through the library on it, but in case it's related to the secrets of the royal bloodline, do you know anything about the record keeper or this book we came into possession of? And what might happen if a record keeper is killed?
Arcus just turns around because he's got this giant ass book still strapped to him. This.
Yeah, this.
She shrugs.
Well then.
All right, we will check through the records, try not to be captured, and plan out a path out of the city and get what supplies we need for the desert. And Keo, what season is it? Is it like going to be snow and stuff if we go north or south?
Didn't you say it was summertime?
Well,
I think we rolled for it.
Here, it's like summer.
Well, it's always summer. It's nice here. Who doesn't
Well,
like
I mean, it gets a little cooler, then it gets a little hotter. You know, it's like Arizona. I've lived there.
Arizona sunshine.
I don't know if anyone rolled for it or if it was said. I cannot remember. I'm sorry.
I thought you said, but if you want, we could just roll for it now.
Yeah, you can roll 1d4, and it goes in order, clockwise.
All you real. You brought it up. Let's see what season it is.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault if it sucks.
It's fall.
Yes, fall.
Yeah, so currently here, it's still hot, but it's cooler.
It's a nice hot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hot. I dislike hot, but it's a manageable heat.
It's a high heat with a nice breeze. Air not that dry, but also not that moist type of heat.
It's where if you went barefoot, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all I can compare it to.
Like oh, sorry. Anyways.
All right. I guess we'll start walking out of the room and ask a guard to point us towards the records room. And I'm just going to say out of character. Does anyone want to ask Heathen if he wants to come with us since he's free and I guess he's still in danger of the assassin.
I was more waiting for a moment where everything was relaxed. This meeting was done before I talked to Heathen whether or not he wanted to come with us or if he wanted to stay somewhere.
What kind of record room are you looking for? The library's record, the castle's records, or like a common library?
Whatever it seems the most secret and guarded.
Well, there is the church library. You only saw what you saw.
No.
I don't think we're getting back in there unless we're fighting our way to it.
Well, I can get in there, maybe.
No one's tried, so...
Look, we're not doing more wizard crime.
It's not a crime if I'm perfectly allowed to be in there.
Technically, he did get away with that first thing with making the wall, because I made it where he was drunk. I'm just saying. I gave that to you.
Oh, something else. I don't know.
No, it was before you were here. They have a personal library, but you technically don't have permission at the moment.
I mean, there's no harm in asking.
And then there are, like normal libraries in the city. I mean, it's a city.
So, I guess while Real goes and studies up with whatever Frogger would pull Heathen aside for a moment. Or while Viola, sorry. I always forget Real is not your character's name. It bugs me for some reason.
He also doesn't have his thing changed on the page if you're staring at it. That's why I keep
I mean, that too.
As he goes to change it.
Yeah, you did already.
See? Called it.
Anyways, is there anything specific you're looking for, Viola? Real? If you want to do that first, you can.
Okay, we will come back to Real. What were you wanting to do?
Just...
Oh, never
Well,
mind.
since I was typing it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, yeah, Viola's going to give y'all the gold to handle, and she's going to go back to the princess and ask to see the private royal family's records and stuff, and she will leave it up to y'all to come up with the plan while she does research.
Given that it's you, she will give permission.
Hey, cool.
Though there will be a guard there for obvious reasons.
Can I also go to the library?
No.
Do you want to go to the library?
Yeah.
3 guards will accompany you.
Wait, is it 1 for Viola and then 3 for Astrum?
2.
2 for Astrum.
Yeah. Also, Chris, we're having a bit of a
Static. Something's going on with your mic, bud.
Cool, great.
No, he's fixing it.
Is it still there?
Little bit. It's like
So
background.
what it sounds like, you might need to pull your mic away from your mouth a little bit and also turn down your sensitivity just a little bit. And that should be.
How about now?
No, that's good.
You're good.
Weird, because I didn't do anything.
I don't know. Maybe just weird programming. Anyways.
If you do, it was going to be split up that everyone gets 100 gold, and then this is up to you if you give the last 100 to Siri. If not, you can split it between the 4 of you, so you each get 125.
Yeah, they're a party member. Why would we give them some money?
Plus what you
That's
owe
my
them.
vote. No, I will be paying them back immediately. Fuck that interest bullshit.
Well, when they get here, you can discuss that.
I know.
Yeah, the 2 of you will get access, but again, 1 guard for Viola, 2 for Arcus for reasons.
I wonder why.
And they will be vigilant, or else, was her words.
And trust me, those guards don't want to find out what that or else is, because when your boss in any sort of military says or else, you think, oh shit, what fucking dark shit are they going to do to me that gets written off the books?
Oh, she means death. You can't get higher up than her. You fail
I think
her.
there's worse than death that she can do.
True. Very true.
Anyways, so those 2 are going to the library.
Oh, we're still having a little bit of static.
Chris, you using a USB headset?
No.
So it's audio jacks?
Yes.
Check your connection to the audio jacks, make sure you're fully connected and not free spinning inside.
Also, Viola, are you going to check on the other rings? Viola? Real? Oh god, he's dead.
No!
That or else was for the guards, not you.
While they're typing.
Okay, we'll come back to this. Also, when I saw your last name on there, I'm sorry, super sorry. I thought it said Quartz Fart. That's just what I saw. The Z and my brain just kind of died for a moment. Anyway, we will come back to Arcus and Viola. What is the rest of the party
child
doing?
Yes. Drago would pull Heathen aside and just kind of kneel down with his helmet off and just be like, hey, I just wanted to ask, because you can now do whatever. Do you want to come with us and learn, or would you like to stay here and try and learn more about life or whatever you might need here?
ooh, I'm going to do it because Heathen is like this. He's going to look at you, put a hand on your shoulder like you are doing to him, but the reverse side. And in a matter of fact way of speaking, so basically you're asking me, continue with people that have saved my life, freed me, and given me free stuff, or be an orphan on my own in a desert with no family, no income, no job.
I'm asking if you would like to come with us to potential death, or stay here and learn and become better at whatever that you might be good at. I don't know what you might find here or anywhere.
Sand.
But it is not a decision that I can make for you, and would like just to know what you would like to do in this situation.
He shrugs. I don't care. Do I get more free stuff?
I mean, there's bound to be stuff to acquire along the way, and we'll definitely make sure that you can get equipped because.
Is there food?
Oh, there'll definitely be food.
Okay, let's go.
How is Heathen dressed?
He's got clothes now.
He is currently wearing a oversized shirt and some shorts with his old rope belt because he is still technically malnourished, so he doesn't fit proper clothing.
We're working our way there. But he's got at least proper clothing now, so
And now he actually has 4 backpacks, so more than he's ever had.
Exactly. Well then, Charger will stand up, putting his helmet back on. All right then. Well, I like your determination. That'll
He was
come in
just happy
handy.
because of the food.
It's still determination, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tranquil will look at Heathen and say, once we get you back to a proper healthy body, we can get you some armor.
Good armor too.
He looks at Trogger and he just has a look of like, no, I'm good. To him, it looks very heavy and he's not strong, so.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Would be,
there's more than just this type of armor.
Yeah, there are armor that is way more light, made out of leather. It is better than having no protection.
Personally, I find the metal, as he taps his armor, quite nice to feel. But everyone has their strengths.
Unfortunately,
I would not.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I wouldn't put this type of heavy armor on a child. It would be a hindrance, if anything. But
I would not put this heavy armor on anyone that couldn't wear it.
We can get a more light armor made for you.
When you said any armor is good armor, I'm like, yeah, armor would have protected him not being born.
Oh, no, that's a condom.
That's a type of armor. It protects you.
Not necessarily, but kind of, but also not really.
It more protects the person that it more protects the other person than you, but yeah.
God damn it! Now I gotta fucking write another sexual note down. Fuck.
You dick armor.
I mean, it's not exactly a new idea.
I'm not
Cod
wrong
pieces have
though.
existed for a long time. That's literally the purpose of a cod piece.
See? Though he wouldn't know. He's not saying this though. He wouldn't know of any of that information, but that would be fucking hilarious.
Oh fuck! I have gold now. I can actually buy stuff like food.
Yeah, you have 100 gold unless you're not splitting it with Siri. Then you have 125. That's up to the party.
What did she do?
Technically.
Gave Heathen clothing.
No, you're buying that.
Yeah, you're buying that.
Again, it's up to the 4 main if they want to split the money with them. Because even though they're in the game, technically they're not a part of the party per se. They're just joining, so it's the main party's choice because they're also not here. If you think about it,
I mean, they owned a shop, right?
they own it. Yeah. If I
So
remember
they
correctly,
probably-
multiple. I don't know.
So they should have gold for now.
Yeah, they should have gold.
Get off the notebook, dude.
But again, it's your
I'm okay
choice
with giving. I'm okay with giving Casa's character 20 gold if she literally doesn't have any gold due to character gen stuff.
They wouldn't out of character. They wouldn't have anything other than the starting stuff, depending on if they went the route with starting gold or starting equipment.
I'm fine with giving her the full 100.
Yeah, works for me.
Well, each person would have that extra 25, and it's your choice personally if you want to give it to them, or you would have the 125.
Aren't we giving some to Heathen?
That's true. You could technically give some to Heathen. It's yours to do whatever you want.
Trank
What did he do?
Trank will give his additional 25 to Heathen.
Okay.
I gotta pay Siri back.
He'll put it in the coin purse that he got.
Everyone does have access to Heathen's sheet, so anyone can edit it at any time.
I'm gonna separate 25 gold off because I am technically gonna give it to Sari, but I'm gonna do it as a way of here. It's 25 for the clothing. We call it even. Cool. Done.
Yeah, that works.
Heathen now has 25 gold.
Will, what are you gonna do with your 25?
I think they're still gone.
Okay, Void, what are you going to do with your extra
I'm
20?
here. I'm just having trouble talking. Sorry.
Oh.
You okay?
I don't want to go into it.
All right.
I think I'll just keep it and use it as funds to cover for the whole party, just so we don't have to drain from 5 sheets when warranted.
Okay, and Void?
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
I like money.
I like money.
Are we done with Trogger and Tranquil?
What? What's up, Will?
With your portion.
Oh yeah, I'm holding on to it for now.
I just put the 25 gold in Heathen's inventory.
Okay. Is there anything else
later.
that y'all are going to do while Viola and Arcus are in the library?
Got nothing to do.
Do you want to buy a map? Navigation stuff if we don't already have it?
Oh, that's true. I could
Horses.
have gone buying that.
Someone actually has
I
a map of the West currently. Oh wait, I think Chaos's character had it.
Wouldn't I have one?
Yeah.
You know, for living here.
If you wanted one, yeah.
Yeah, I would have one. Can't, go getting lost. It's not a good idea now, is it?
Well, you live here. You know where everything is.
Having a map is good.
Then you have a map of the West.
Yeah.
If you want one of the world, you're going to have to buy that. Or of other continents.
Well, obviously.
Tranquil?
Huh?
Anything else?
No. He just kind of wants to get out of the city.
Boyd, what are you doing in the personal library?
I swear to fuck if you commit crime.
Do it.
Don't worry.
Do it.
Just...
You what? You won't get caught?
I wouldn't, but I'm not going to do anything.
You got 2 guards just staring at him intently. We're watching you, bitch. We've seen the
First
shit
thing,
that she'll do.
you ain't seen shit.
To
First
the
things,
book, if you don't
yeah,
do anything else.
yeah. First things first, I want to see what knowledge I have on hand as I take the book off my back, to place it on the table.
And he begins to stroke it.
I don't need a stroke anymore. I looked down the book and I guess I put my magic into it as I asked it to show an index of what it knows, like a different categories or like chapters.
Roll Arcana, and this will be the Arcana for the whole interaction. Okay. Oh, look at that! You could have had a crit.
I'll make that a crit by using my human determination to make that with advantage.
Okay. You now have advantage on everything with the book. On a random page, I'm assuming you're opening it to. It will read out. Again, it's going to be in Draconic. Do you? Yeah, you know basic Draconic. It says, "What do you desire to know?" It's not going to have a fucking index. I'll tell you that.
Dang it, that would make everything so much easier.
I was not prepared for this, so you're not getting a fucking index. We're going to need my plans again.
What do I need to know? I'm just trying to see what it knows, so I can see what knowledge to get from the library.
What are you asking?
Fiala, go over here.
Have the dragons moved en masse?
Yes.
Multiple times across their history?
One word. Yes. I also believe Viola doesn't know Draconic still, so Void, you would see yes.
I'll translate it for her.
Okay.
Do we know the name of the... What was the name of the dragon protecting this city?
Oh god, I hate all of you. You're doing what Casa did. No.
Don't worry, I'll cook you dinner.
I'm taking that offer.
Okay.
It's going to give you. Wait, are you talking about the current dragon, or are you saying in general when you ask this?
If you want to skip it, I just want to know: has it ever left the city since the Dragon Rider God died? And it's just like
when you
I just want to know about that stuff.
It will say the Dragon Rider God is not dead.
Okay.
Which makes the rest of your question moot, because they technically never left because, he's not dead. So how could they leave when he's dead? Because he's not dead.
Okay. Are the dragons fleeing from something?
How do I word this? A contract was broken. A new contract must be sealed.
Okay. Yeah, then what the princess said lines up. Is this continent in danger now that the dragons are leaving?
The dragons are currently not leaving.
Where are the dragons then?
The map, or it will show, the page itself will show up in a detailed map, and I mean de-fucking-tailed map of the West will show up almost kind of three-dimensional, like like on Halo or any other thing that would have like a 3D looking virtual map. And you can even see like some of the clouds moving as special effects kind of looking thing. Like where all your budget on an episode of a show, this is where the budget is. And it will then move the map up and to the left. And then there will be like a dragon flapping its wings, kind of like station here.
Does that play sort of significance to the dragons?
Yes.
What type? Like
Home.
religious? Alright, so you have the home of the dragons, which they return to because their contract was broken.
And then the map itself, unless you bring up another map related thing, it will shimmer away, the map part. But words will still pop up.
Are the sapient populations of the northern continent in danger?
There will suddenly be a giant X that pops up, flashing like a warning. Contexts outside of this continent are excluded.
Does that include the location and identity of the other record keepers?
Giant X again? Correct.
Knew it wouldn't be that easy.
Where is Desert Prince? Sorry. Where is Desert Prince Gideon?
Current location, headed north. And well, not the words, but like the map again will pop back up. And you will see a arrow symbol. He is currently halfway to the north. Like the center of the North Continent. He is pretty fucking far.
Do we have a map somewhere? Phil, do you have a map on your person? I'm gonna try to write this down. Like, if I just a good direction where we should go.
He's technically not reached the border of the north, so
when
it reaches the border of the north, the map would disappear. But he's like, I would say a segment, like a little dash, if you saw the dashes on a map, away from the northern border.
But yes, I have a continent map with notes from the princess. So you can add stuff there.
All right. So Standard is no, it's Xander. Ashram just takes the map and kind of puts a small dash of where the book showed where the prince was.
Okay.
All right. So that's our next location.
The border of the north.
You got any question on this topic, Viola?
By the way, the guards are watching all of this.
Is Princess Katana descended from the Dragon Rider god?
No.
Well, I don't think we need to tell the church about that.
Yeah.
Technically, that was never asked. They're just royalty.
Why was Gideon's father murdered?
I forgot that's his name was Gideon. In order to move up the line of succession.
Out of character, who the fuck is Gideon?
The prince.
The prince.
Ah!
I forgot I
Excuse
named
me
him
for a few
that.
minutes.
His name is Gideon?
He would be named Gideon.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I did a random name generator and that just popped out. I did that for
This is
everyone.
fucking Gravity Falls?
I haven't seen that yet. Don't spoil it. It's on my list.
You haven't seen Gravity Falls?
Bitch, I just got finished with Rick and Morty. I'm working on it.
I'm just shocked that you haven't seen it yet, in general.
No, for a while I was putting off Rick and Morty because I thought it was stupid, but it was like the good stupid, not the bad stupid. So I eventually caved in because Costa said, watch it, watch it. I said, no. And then I did, and I liked it. Plus, I was trying to take a whack at the Steven Universe. God, there is so much fucking singing. I don't like musicals for a reason.
I like musicals to an extent, but even I couldn't really get into Steven Universe out there a bit.
I like after half a season, I was like, nah, I'm sorry. I tried. Try again at some other point. I just couldn't. I was kind of fearing that Gravity Falls was going to be the same way, so I'm kind of hesitant.
No,
Gravity Falls was made by Alex
When-
Hirsch.
When I said, of course, his name would be Gideon, I was thinking of the Scott Pilgrim Gideon.
I instantly went to Gideon from Gravity Falls.
I refuse to watch Scott
Gideon
Primages.
Grays.
Him. I refuse to watch that show.
Why?
I cannot endorse a show or book that has where the lead dude is technically dating a girl, cheats on her by sleeping with his dream girl, because they actually did sleep together, and then doesn't have the balls to tell her. So when the two girls meet up, he basically pusses out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do not condone cheating. If he would have at least told her, hey, I can't be with you anymore, dude, I'm fine with that. He didn't have to tell her the reason. Just say something. And I have a sour mouth or a sour taste because of that.
You have a sour mouth? What is that like?
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
I mean, make me.
I will fucking
You mean-
travel to you. I have a car.
What a promise?
That is a fucking threat.
Sounds like a promise.
I will bring my fucking banana bread, shove it down your goddamn throat, and hope you
fucking
enjoy
love
every
banana bread.
piece. And on that note, I gotta feed the cats.
I love banana bread. Who doesn't like banana bread?
I put
crazy.
either raisins, blueberries, or strawberries in mine.
I'm sorry I keep leaving, guys, but if we're taking a break, I'll try and get this taken care of.
Yep.
Good.
We have.
I think raisins in anything should be a
15-20.
crime.
It turned out good. I'm sorry. It turned out good.
No, I just don't like raisins.
Raisins don't like you. I'm gonna go feed the cats. Paste. Can they come back to the kitchen now? God damn. See, I started watching the movie, the animated one.
Oh, hi.
Hi. And that's when I was like, nah.
The animated movie?
On Netflix. Series on Netflix.
Yeah. I think you should probably go back and watch it because Scott is not the main character of that show.
Well, I've
Very
seen
much
the
not
live
so.
action movie, and it was not by choice.
The show is significantly better. The show is not about Scott. He's only in like 4 of the episodes, I think.
In the animated one?
It's about Ramona.
Oh.
And her going and reconciling with her exes and finding closure, or sometimes in cases moving on because closure is not going to happen. Scott's only in, I think, the first 2 episodes and the last 2.
Oh, then I'll give it a shot. I thought it was just going to be the movie, but as a series.
No,
And I was just
it's
like,
a very different. It's made by the original creators of the source material, and it's a very different take on the story.
Oh, I'll give it a try
I
then.
think you'll actually like it. The how they portray Scott is much more of a one. They double down on the fact that he's a freaking coward, but they also literally force him to see the kind of person he would become if he doesn't change, and give him the biggest possible kick in the butt to do so. And like it is a much better experience.
Oh, I'll watch it.
Animation,
I just thought it was going to be the movie, but animated.
No, all the different versions are very different. The movie is not like the book, not like the comics or the games, and the show is not like any of them. They all tell essentially the same kind of story in different ways. But this one focuses way more on Ramona.
I'll give it a try then. I liked her. Well, from what I remember.
Yeah, she's almost as bad as Scott is. She just didn't cheat. I
could not
she
get
is
past
also
that.
not a good.
Well, I haven't really seen much about her just because all I've seen is the movie.
Yeah.
And he killed me for him just in that like first 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's like neither of them are good people. But in the show they are Ramona and eventually Scott are trying to become good people. It's or at least become a person.
No, just become person.
Yes, Scott kind of has to become a person before he can become a good person.
Right.
Ramona is just trying to get over Ramona has her
this
own
just
issues.
Sounds like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Bruh.
To be perfectly honest with you, they make that joke.
Okay, I'll watch it because of that.
I wasn't even meaning it as a joke.
Yeah, they make the ghosts of future and whatever jokes. I believe that is something they bring up.
Ghosts of Christmas
he
past,
literally
present,
sees
future.
he literally sees the garbage person he'll become if he doesn't change.
Is Real back yet, or?
Real is
I can listen. I still can't really talk.
Void, did you have any more questions for the book?
Crap, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Do you know the process of crystallizing a dragon's soul?
Could you repeat, please?
Yeah. Do you know the process of crystallizing a dragon's soul?
There will be the red X again. Classified.
But classified from what?
Endangering dragons. And then, duh.
What do you mean, though? You're a book. Oh.
Damn.
You got scolded by a book.
Yeah, you just got fucking scolded and sassed by a book.
Book 1, Void 0.
You're saying that like it's an obvious thing, book.
And then you see in like smaller words, it is.
I mean, you could have even asked Trogger that, and he would tell you that that would be an obvious thing.
Because you think you would know, so you can tell people so they can not do that or something. I don't know.
If the book could facepalm, it would.
Are you saying, are you doing this in the vicinity of Trogger, or are you like off on your own?
Oh no, you're with Tranquil. Arcus and Rill are in the library.
Right. I was so happy I'm not around you right now to hear this.
Also, the guards are there the entire time too, very intent on Void, so they can, hear what they say. They would have to look at the book to read it, but they're hearing these questions.
And he's just talking to a book. They probably think he's fucking batshit crazy.
Bio's also talking.
One of them is questioning, why is there only 2 of us?
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, but one's for Viola.
Fair. Why is there only 2 of us for this crazy man?
Basically. Oh, and I saw Casa was in here for a moment on
I thought too.
like, you can't get away from our site. Anything else you would like to ask the book?
All right then. Who would know about crystallization of dragon souls? Or where can I get that information from?
The book, you know how like on Discord you can make it to where when something's written there's a line through it?
Strike through.
Yeah, a strike through. It does that where it says, I know, ... Information on this topic is known by Prince Gideon, the Western Church, and then it starts listing a couple places, including one other church. You're not from the north, right, Void?
Where am I from? I think I said that, like the outskirts of the north.
Then you would know that it was the Northern Church, though it is a side church, not the head church. So it lists like a name of some arbitrary side church name. Like, you have Catholic Church and then you have like blah, blah, blah church, So it is still Christianity. It's this kind of thing,
Yeah.
And then it will name like a couple other people. All you can assume is maybe involved with the church or the prince, but it does give names. And then also, there is another name, but you can't read it. It's like when it's showing, it's fuzzy, kind of like when you have censoring on TV, it's fuzzy.
Yeah.
It's telling you what it is, but you cannot see it. Viola also would not be, it would be fuzzy to the both of you because this is locked information. But you do not know that in character.
Are there any side effects to bonding with the book? By which I mean attuning?
No one has really, quote, attuned. It just becomes easier to use, as far as you know. You also don't know if there's any side effects. You haven't had it long enough attuned.
Okay, once again, I ask the book. Does anyone who attunes to this book become a record keeper?
Making me come up with this bullshit right now. I'm gonna eat a fucking yogurt, man.
You could just say yes and say fuck you.
Well, this is stuff I was going to eventually have later when I planned it out a little bit more, but what it will basically explain is there will always be a record keeper for each book. When one dies, eventually another will take that on, be it they were led there or they happen across it. But it states, are you okay?
Sorry, I should have muted. I'm okay.
Are you sure?
I can hear you.
But if you stay attuned to it long enough, you will become the current record keeper. It takes time, but you can potentially become the next record keeper.
Does being the record keeper entail all the information that you have?
Classified.
I'll take that as a yes.
Okay, I am glad you are carrying the book because, well, I have a mission of my own, so I can't think of any other questions at this time.
Yeah. I'm going to make sure to write down all those names of the people who know how the dragon soul crystal things, though.
I will also give you those names at one point.
Sorry that took so long, everyone.
As long as you're good.
Can I give a quick look around the actual records in this area? Do I see anything related to the dragon's homeland?
I mean, they have this library being the personal, this would have every known book in this land unless someone like made a book and it's a personal thing. As well as kind of like more in-depth history. So unless you wanted just more information about the land itself, you know, maybe
it sounds like this book has everything we need.
It would have like you know, kind of like between a difference between a royal library and a commoner's library. It's more of a collection. You don't know if the books are legit because some are just so old. I mean, even nowadays, we still fact check some books and find out they were wrong.
Okay, then I think that we're ready to go.
Wait, I'm going to use my magic eyes to see if there's any magic books here.
Invisible book, yes.
Oh my god. You're going to have to roll another because that one was for the book itself related.
This motherfucker gonna commit more wizard crime?
It's my oldest site.
Honestly, you shouldn't have let us go off alone, even if there are guards with us.
That's true. Look what they did the first time they were alone. They stole.
Yeah, but they weren't alone this time. There's 3 guards, 2 for Astrum, 1 for Viola.
Technically, they're not stealing. They're technically not stealing. They're talking to a book. As far as anyone's concerned, they're both talking to a book.
I mean, one might be on the verge of masturbating said book, but you know,
exactly.
No, that isn't necessary anymore.
For now. As you look around, you see that Viola still has the 3 magic rings, one she is currently wearing. You can see that you still have your 3 scrolls you have yet to look at, and I do have that information. So I think I'm going to regret one of them. There's a few books that are magical, but it's more so like well, how do you sound that word out? Preservation magic.
Keeping the books alive.
Thank you. Well, safe. It seems
Alive.
like little runes were etched in depending on the age of the books just to keep them longer. But as far as you can see, there's really nothing out of the ordinary here.
Feel like you just see Astrum's eyes start glowing gold as he starts looking around.
God, he's gonna start touching stuff. Also says you cannot see past things you can't see through, so that works in my favor.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I'm not giving you any more shit. Fuck you.
Just wait till level 7. Yeah. Yeah, let's not see any magical books in here, Viola. Well, they are magic, but they're boring magic. Although I do see you have those rings. Do you know what they do?
Yes. Well, the one I'm wearing seems to be cursed or just made extremely poorly, as it affects whether the user says swear words.
That's oddly specific.
If I say, damn you to the 7 hells,
you suddenly get a uneasy feeling. It's not painful, you just don't feel good.
or if I say, in the eastern continent, beavers build dams.
I think that one's a mood because it's a fact.
Huh. Okay.
That's a technicality.
Okay. It's not something that will affect us in combat, and I generally don't swear at people, so if I can just take it off, then
It comes off.
maybe I'll be able to disenchant it to improve my own prowess. As for the other ones,
would you like to wear one of the other ones or have Arcus wear one of them? If you can't tell, I'm excited right now.
Astrum, would you rather investigate your scrolls or try on a fancy magic item with me?
Decisions. Let me see that magic item.
Okay. Keo, what color are the 2 remaining rings?
It's not really a color. I haven't discerned it. It's just you. It's a 1d3. You've tried on 1, so you have a d2 and a d3 left over. It's your choice if you want to wear number 2 or number 3.
I'll take number 3.
I'm so happy about that. Though it would have been funny on Arcus too. Arcus, are you gonna wear number 3 or number 2?
Yeah, he grabs it, looks at it a bit, is a bit once over, then puts it on his finger.
Who's gonna wear the ring first? Because I do have to post this to you.
I think Viola's going to wait just a moment, make sure he doesn't need immediate help.
Okay, give me just a moment. Because it does have information on what the ring looks like. Copy. And I'm going to post this to you, Void. All I'm going to say is this is the worst out of the 3 rings.
Thank you, Viola. You're a true friend.
Oh, shit.
When did we start playing Uno?
There you go, Void. I hope you enjoy.
Ring of Drowning.
I'm sorry, a ring of fucking what?
I will also post it in chat.
A ring of drowning?
You want to steal from me? I'm going to give you cursed shit.
So apparently the vendor we talked to is incompetent or stole these from someone else. It was the worst stand in the city to steal from, even though he had other magic stuff.
Oh, I'm not over there.
Maybe the scrolls are good, because they're consumable.
Luckily, the scrolls cannot be cursed. So, yeah, enacting this while you can. This is what happens, Team Fatho. Fuck around and find out.
You're just gonna make me try harder. Oh, all right. All right, yeah. You just see Ashram just sit there for a bit, confused, before he just grabs at his neck. And then immediately tries to rip the ring off.
Let's see. They're going to have to.
Casa makes a good point.
I just copy and pasted it.
It's your call. You could make it a check or a saving throw, I guess.
I really don't care.
No, wait, it says Arcana. Arcana is a
so
skill.
Either one of you could roll an Arcana. You need a 14. No?
Right? If she sees him really struggling with it.
I'm sorry.
Xander, Ashram gets more frantic as he tries to remove the ring from his finger.
We gotta get that ring off. He hasn't had a chance to fire his shot at the princess yet.
What is your con modifier?
4.
Void. Oh, 4? And it says -1. You have 3 attempts before you drown. Also, the guards don't know what the fuck's going on. You need a 14. So they're kind of like, what do we do? What do we do? Viola, you also roll if you're going to help.
Okay. She is going to run through a list of cantrips and try and use one of them to help.
You can successfully get it off.
She is going to use Create Bonfire to help.
You're going to basically light a fire under his ass to get the water out?
No. She basically, heats up the ring a whole bunch and then yanks at it. And apparently that worked.
You are now able to cough up all the water.
Yeah, you see Ashton just starts coughing an absurd amount of water that somehow disappeared.
This gives me an idea.
This is one way to get wet. Sorry.
So, if you have water breathing and then put that ring on,
It cancel out.
You don't have to worry about getting diseases from airborne spores because you're breathing through water.
That's not how
I guess that's one takeaway.
Anyway, yeah, you now know the information personally for what that ring does, and you almost drowned to death.
Oh man. Oh, okay. Oof. All right. Super cursed ring. I'm just gonna keep that in my back pocket.
During this event, one of the guards is going to tackle you and try to do CPR because they see you coughing up the water.
Astrum, can you breathe again? Are you coughing up more water?
Yes, this guy's coughing my chest.
We're going to do my basic roll against your strength or whatever you want to do to get away because he thinks you're dying and he's going to try to help. You got to beat a 15. Okay.
Astrum, he can't understand your draconic. You have to use common.
Get off! And yeah, Ashton just slips from beside him, the guard.
He gives a thumbs up to the other guard, like, yeah, I helped.
No, you didn't.
Is this guard missing a finger?
No,
Yes,
he's not allowed near places like this. Steve is not allowed here. He's been banned from stepping foot on this ground as it is, so yeah. That's how he lost his first finger, just saying. Anyway, Viola, are you gonna wear the third ring?
No.
I swear this was the worst one, and it's the rare or uncommon one too. What you have is the rare one. If not, Argus could wear it.
She's chicken, because that one didn't just make him choke, it didn't want to come off.
Giggity.
So no. She's a druid with wisdom. Don't make fun of her.
No, I said giggity.
Sex joke.
Alright, so we know these rings are cursed.
Well, you know 2 rings are cursed.
It's just the next logical step.
Are you sure?
Mila,
This one's my favorite ring.
Mila, can I see that ring? Like, see it this time with my magic eyes, which I probably should use of this first ring?
Okay.
What do your magic eyes do again?
Press the magic as an action, you can learn what school magic hour belongs to, blah, blah, blah.
So you can see what it does before even using it?
You can say hints, basically, and confirm that it's magical and maybe that it's cursed. There isn't a see curses spell.
Oh, you can see that it is a magical ring. Is there a difference between a curse being bad, neutral, and good?
No.
Or can you tell a difference between a normal and a cursed?
I think that'd be a skill check.
Okay. Because as far as I understand, it just shows that it's magical, unless it's like an evil thing. Would it really differentiate? I said a big word.
I guess identify is for that.
True. So yeah, you can see that's magical, and since it's not radiating evil, technically.
Yeah, you just see Ashton just staring at this with his golden glowing eyes and be like, damn, I have no idea what this thing does. Hey, guard! And he looks back at, do you guys have any magic ink in here? Well, not magic ink. Just rare ink.
Ink with glitter in it.
They shake their heads.
Wasn't too easy.
You can always get Trogger to wear it. Just slip it on their finger or something, you know. Or give it to the princess.
No.
Always the boring option.
I will say, if you give it to the princess, it will not hurt her. It does not cause actual damage. Numbers.
Still no.
Okay.
So, Viola, do you want me to be a guinea pig for this? Or should we just, like, wait until I get some magic ink so I cast Identify on this?
Oh yeah, he lost all that ink. It was in the cart.
No, I already used it.
Oh.
I think maybe it won't feel cursed if we attune to it overnight, then wear it.
That's not how that works, but okay.
Well, okay.
It's just like the alarm. Only authorized people can wear these. I don't think we need to test it with the Ring of Drowning, though, but...
Yeah.
They had worse, I swear.
Alright, Alright, let's meet up with the others. It sounds like we're going north.
Wait. I still want to see what these scrolls do, though. I didn't look at them earlier because I was busy. Yeah, busy. How do you pull the scrolls from this pack?
Please share the list, whatever it is.
I'm doing that now.
Or roll for it.
No, you're fine. I'm getting to you in just a second. I don't need that one now. Copy. Paste. Because these could not somehow ruin anything I have planned. Totally.
That's what you think.
That's why I hate giving things to people.
Which is fine, we must take them.
There you go.
Whoa.
Gust. I know that one. And heroism. That's a good one. Yeah, I can work with these.
I figured.
All right, so we got a precipitation, Gus, and heroism.
Those are not for healing or travel. Still, they might help us in the future.
Yeah, I already can do precipitation, so I'll probably get this scroll to someone else. Or sell it. And where I feel like it. Although I will keep the Gus and heroism ones.
Cool. Okay. What are you going to do now?
Ask the guards where the other members of our party went and try and meet up.
As far as the three that are with you, they were tasked to watch you. They don't know where the fuck the other two are.
I know that. I mean others by the front entrance.
Oh. I don't know. Where did the three of y'all go?
Didn't really go many places.
You stayed in the main area?
No, we kind of just waited.
They stayed in the main area. You were led back. Report. You do see one of the guards, the one that quote helped save Arcus, is reporting to the princess, whispering in her ear before saluting and leaving. And you hear like a muffled sound of her fighting back a laugh. Because he totally helped you.
Okay, that was my first time meeting with her.
She's going to ask back for her sending stone. She's done with you.
You lost your chance?
No, I'm being a shit.
Oh, okay. I was about to be so sad for him.
I still have it. All right, guys. Good news. We have a destination.
Where's that?
Arcus pulls out the map and points at it.
Here.
Do some digging through my magic book. We got the general location where the prince is and going.
Did you put the book back on you, or did you leave it there?
I put it back on me.
Okay.
Why would I leave it?
We know that he is traveling north very quickly, and it is not to the same location the dragons went to, which she points her finger to. Her remark, the dragons assumed home because they are not leaving the continent. And also we learned that the limits of this book only apply to information on this continent, and it might not be reliable where the gods are concerned. Oh, and that it can hide information from us. That's also important.
Huh.
Everyone sees hiding is more like deliberately saying it's not going to tell us.
Well, so our destination is just to chase after him. And then hope we can find where he went from where he last was.
Well, it's more along the lines of if he's fleeing north on horseback and he doesn't have the princess's experience in the desert, he would have passed by settlements and whatnot. You can gather information there. You can hide his trail in the castle he's familiar with, but running away cross country, perhaps with his own guards? No.
Hi, Casa.
Hello.
Hi, Casa. Yeah, that is a fair question. What, Arcus, what happened?
Just a bit of experimentation with a cursed ring, apparently.
Siri, you can join it at any point. Like I said, information was gathered. You can get that now or later. That's up to you.
If anyone wants to just write it in the little 20 chat Discord chat, I will be reading.
What?
I got it.
So as to not take away from whatever's happening.
Right now, we're trying to figure out why Arcus is wet on his chest.
Oh, and take 25 gold from Trogger, and then we're calling it even on that debt.
So you will indeed take 25 gold from Trager. And I suppose while everyone has been questioning them, Sari will actually walk up and kind of start walking around them, like analytically taking stock of them. Could Sari potentially make a medicine check to see why they're sweating?
On who?
Whoever was sweating, I believe that was.
Oh no, Arcus, which is Void, admitted that a cursed ring made him wet.
Ah, okay.
Take that as you wish on those contexts.
You put on a cursed ring, and then
I didn't know it was cursed at the time. Sort of.
Okay, shall we just get going then?
Did someone propose to Arcus? Is that why he has a ring? But he's bad and that's why it's cursed?
I'm not gonna ask the question, God, but you could definitely ask the question in his mind if you want.
No, that was Heathen.
Oh.
Heathen's asking you if that's why it did that to him.
I don't know.
I think it's just a bad ring.
I don't have a lot of experience when it comes to cursed rings.
More proposals, probably.
Or that too.
I'm surprised he would even be proposed to, honestly.
Ashton looks at Heathen. Why are you still here? Aren't you like free to do whatever now? To, I don't know, go somewhere else?
The same could be said about you. Why are you still here and, wet?
Because I actually serve a purpose.
So does he.
I think it's best not to leave the child in the middle of traveling.
What do you mean traveling? This is where he was like most of his life, I'm pretty sure.
Enslaved,
and it's a castle.
Having nothing. Yeah. We are the closest thing he has to a family. People that actually care about him. Or at least I actually care enough. So why is he here? Because I am here. And he wants to be here.
Tranquil will just say, if you continue to be mean to him, I will give you a forehead flick.
Heathen will look over at Siri. Well, it's either join this party, get more free stuff and food, or be on my own in a place that never wanted me, without a home, without family, without friends, a job, or even a roof over my head. So I chose the free food.
I'm pretty sure the prince would be glad to hire you, and can like work for you stuff. Like we're gonna have to do.
Anyways.
Whole room goes silent because he's trying to fucking derail this shit.
Anyways.
There were so many things you should have asked the book that I would have asked, that you would have gotten so much more information, but you didn't.
Well, I set up the book, so I can ask later.
Now it's too late.
When it comes
up.
Siri, did you have anything to talk to or ask the princess about?
No, but it should be noted that Siri absolutely looks the most well dressed out of everybody here.
Honestly, you just brushing your hair means you look the best.
So that's what Siri has been doing.
Don't talk bad about how Trogger looks. Trogger's looks nice wearing his armor.
You don't know what you look like. You're wearing armor. And when was the last time you polished it?
You guys have seen his head.
Yeah, but right at this moment, you're wearing unpolished armor that's already been
unpolished? The fuck you mean? He takes great care of his armor.
Okay, when was the last time you polished it? Before or after the last battle? Which was literally a day ago.
Okay, look, I haven't had time yet.
So yeah, Siri is the best looker right now.
No, not covered in blood. That would be washed off after any battle, like instantly.
During travel, Siri would have offered to clean off the armor. At some point.
Between getting clothes from you and going back to the tavern?
Yeah, or like overnight.
We haven't left the city yet.
Yeah.
As for cleaning his armor, he would just simply respond that you don't have to worry about it. He takes great pride in upkeep of his equipment. He just doesn't have the time to do it.
So yeah, Siri's the best looker right now.
There's no blood on it. Or dirt.
I don't know about that. Tranquil's a very regal looking kitty.
Yeah, Tranquil looks nice.
When was the last time you had a bath?
He's a cat.
Licking yourself doesn't count.
Like 30 minutes ago.
At the very least, the parts of him that are not covered in armor look nice.
Oh yeah, Astrom got the princess's number, so he might shoot a shot later.
I'm sure as soon as he uses it to flirt with her, it's gonna get destroyed.
Use it wisely.
Yeah.
Oh, I will.
Heathen. Well, I guess everyone. Now that we've have new funds, does anyone need new weapons or armor before we leave? Are we ready to hit the road to the north? We have a killer to track.
I'm gonna go get change real quick into mine. It's been so long since I've worn it.
Yo, I'm gonna DM you in Discord.
Which direction is the prince heading?
North.
He is heading straight north, and it does not look like it's heading towards the dragon's home to the north. Let's assume northwest. He's headed towards the border between the northern and the western continent, which are connected by land.
Should we get a wagon?
Can we afford one?
I mean, I'm sure if we pool our money together, we might be able to. And a horse.
I mean, isn't Arcus already a horse, or at least a horse's ass?
That would be a donkey.
Har, yeah, it'd be donkey's ass.
Ha.
I have DM'd you something, Kyo.
I am replying.
Ironically, if Tranquil's change is allowed, we won't need a horse. But the wagon, it would probably be a good thing to get, considering it's much faster than walking.
I can't spell.
That is true.
No, you got the point across.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
You can get half off all of it.
Okay, I might throw in one more thing then. I just gotta go look for it real quick.
Whatever the book price is, you can get it for 50% off.
I can.
How much would a wagon cost?
I can always ask around and see. OOC, it's 35 gold for a wagon.
For a wagon?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever book price is.
So it's the horse that's going to be the expensive part.
Yeah.
I gotta look at equipment.
Oh, yeah, you can take this time, go buy what you want. You can roll a persuasion to try to get a deal off of book price. This would also be the time when you can sell. You don't have to go back to like the main area on the map. You can go to a different area that has selling. You haven't really explored the whole city.
Oh yeah, well,
so, there's other shops.
Draft horses are only 50 gold.
Yeah. Draft horses are really useful compared to riding horses.
Just remember, if you're selling something, again, you can still roll. It would be 2/3 whatever book price is for selling, and full price for whatever book price is.
So it would be less than 100 gold for us to get the wagon and a horse to pull it. Do we want to divide the costs, or?
Heathen clings to his bag now that he actually has money. He's never had money in his entire life.
Oh, he's about to get more than just money.
Sari hands over the 25 gold that she was just given. She also is now actually wearing her leather armor from her portrait and has a scabbard on her side.
Ironically, it would only take 17 gold from each of us to afford the wagon and horse.
By the way, for the items that you're getting for Heathen, they would have to be quickly tailored to fit his small stature. So if he gets taller, you would have to buy an upgrade of that or anything better. and he would have disadvantage on any weapons other than his dagger until he's trained. I don't care what class says, because I do put functionality into this. He doesn't know how to use anything other than a dagger at the moment, so he would need some training before he could get at least normal.
All right, there we go. Heathen now has acquired a set of leather armor, a quiver, a short bow, and 20 arrows.
Okay. If everybody wants to contribute 15 gold to the wagon and horse fund, I'll pay the rest.
Well, I've given 25 already towards it.
He is also
Okay.
proficient.
So it's minus 25 divided by 4. So that's 15 gold. If everybody wants to put 15 gold, we can get the wagon and horse.
Yeah, I'll chip in.
Okay, so now we will have a party wagon and horse.
Now we just need someone who knows how to ride it and drive it.
Trogger needs to step up on that because he knows how to do that.
You got that covered.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Also, Keel, I got all that equipment for 18.5 gold.
Okay.
Or 17.5 gold.
Did you add anything else onto that roll?
No.
On items?
No.
Okay.
Because to get the next setup for armor for me would be a minimum of 100.
Was anyone else going to buy or sell anything?
I'm gonna look real quick.
Okay.
Do we want a silver weapon for anyone? It's 100 gold though, so.
Silvered weapon.
Some monsters are immune or resistant to non-magical weapons. And do we have any magic weapons among us?
I can make my weapon magical, so I don't really need it.
I do not have a magic weapon.
I have not learned the spell yet to bless y'all's weapons.
Heathen is a magical weapon.
Oh, we could get like a scroll.
Heathen is a magical weapon, you are right. What's going on with my AC?
I'm assuming that you're also putting Squidward in the cart?
The wagon, yeah.
Okay.
If we were not having him, I probably would have mentioned probably us all getting our own mounts, but that would make it so bringing along Squidward would be difficult.
It'd also be a lot more expensive for everyone to have a mount.
Yeah, it'd be 50 gold. Actually, let me check. Yeah, riding horse would be 75.
Well, you can ride draft just fine. It's just...
Yeah, they're just slower.
There we go.
Yeah. But yep, so we'll get into the back of the wagon.
We should probably buy stuff like bedrolls and stuff for Heathen.
Don't forget horse feed as well.
Yeah.
Unless you want it to free range.
We're in a desert.
That's the point.
That's not to risk it.
Heathen's having flashbacks of the one night with the tents and the loud sounds in the worm.
Let's see, bedroll. Bedroll is only 1 gold. I'll buy him a bedroll.
I'll buy a few extra water skin Do we want to mess with the... Yeah. I don't have the cost for barrels saved, but let's get a water barrel that could fit in the cart, and then I can conjure more as needed.
Very useful having you around.
I think it's funny while you're doing all of this, you didn't ask the princess at all if like she could
arrange it.
Yeah. Like even if it was just the cart or the horse itself.
She isn't the leader of, like, she can't even tell the guards to take the bounty off us.
Well, she technically took the bounty off of it in this land. She can't have any rule over any other land.
Not even a suggestion, like, hey, these guys are okay.
Well, she can send a letter out with recommendation, but it's up to the other continents on what they wish.
Presiding lords, stuff like that.
Exactly.
Tranquil will also get about 20 days worth of feed, which is 1 gold. Because a 1 day of feed is 5 copper.
Let's see some.
Sorry, I got distracted. Water skins.
While you are all doing this, Heaven is going to is going to open the letter and try to read what it says. He stares at it intently before just kind of shoving it back in the envelope.
Frogger's just standing by.
It says I'm amazing and that I'm allowed to have all the bags.
That's great. Make sure to get you some more bags then.
He nods and haphazardly puts the letter back in the bag.
Oh wait, I got a question for the princess.
But the letter can easily be taken out of the bag if it's ever wanting to be looked at.
We should teach him how to read.
Yeah, that is something that I will be trying to work on.
Sarah will reach down and grab the letter out of the bag and open it up and see what it says to read it to him.
Are you going to try to do that when he's noticing it, or are you going to do a sleight of hand?
No, yeah, she'll just start reaching for the bag a bit.
He turns around and kind of make a hisses sound at you.
Hey, I'm trying to grab his letter.
Well, if he can't read, then it would likely be useful for someone else to read to him, no?
I can read. It says I'm amazing and I'm allowed all the bags that I have.
I'm sure it might say more than that. Who'd you even get the letter from?
Princess.
Then I'm sure it says more than that.
He takes a letter out and quickly undoes it. It's and his hands start quivering because he doesn't know what to think offhand.
Hey, there's no shame in not knowing how to do something. Everyone needs help at times.
He gets frustrated, throws it on the ground, and just starts walking off to go in the cart. Unless you're already in the cart, then he'll just scoot away.
Sari was in the cart. But if he wouldn't, she would have gotten up to join the conversation with the horses, talking gallons of water.
Either way, you can now easily get access of the letter.
Sarah will just crouch down and recrease it. Okay. And hold it out to whoever's sitting in the little circle of the party and say, well, if anyone else would like to read it, he probably would appreciate it more from your lips than mine. No?
I'm steering the cart, aren't I?
That's I don't know if y'all have left yet.
Wait, did we leave?
That was my general assumption. If
then we're on the road.
Yeah, I was subtracting gold for the water, but I can do it in a sec, sure.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I mean, y'all can still do this while we're doing this part.
Sarah will flip open the letter and read it.
I kind of figured we left and they're just doing the shopping, but looking through things after.
Mm-hmm.
That
Okay.
is still there.
Inside the letter says, "To the slave boy. I had wondered why my son would keep a child slave around when he never took an interest in anything other than his own needs. After digging around, I have found that you are more than just a slave. I fear I won't be able to tell you any of this myself. Take heart that this is the least I can do for you, for had I known, things would have turned out differently for you." I will also post this.
Was that read out loud?
If someone wants to read it, they can. If not, they can read it.
She read it to herself first, just kind of like eyes darting across the page while she holds it up.
The other reason I'm asking is because if it's not read out loud, I won't know anything about it.
Yeah, no, Sarah will read it after reading it first herself. But yep. To the slave boy, I had wondered why my son would keep a child slave around and one never took an interest in anything other than his own needs. After some digging, you are more than just a slave. I fear I will not be able to tell you any of this. This is the least I can do for you, because I would have done things differently if she had known.
Oh no, this was from the king.
If he had known. Signed the king.
Because the princess said that she found some things for him.
Well, that is that. I assume that he was given whatever from the princess. Probably the gifts from His Majesty.
Right now he's entertaining Squidward. So if you wanted to take the book from his pack, all you have to do is do a sleight of hand or try to dig in there.
I think that we can continue with it when we rest for the night.
Yes, this can wait. And she will crease the letter again and slide the letter back under his bag.
You know, I had put effort into if y'all went back to the fucking church, but no.
I was going to. I was going to ask.
We told you we weren't.
Yeah, but I thought maybe it's, we have to go after the head priest. What happened to him? So just in case, I put the stuff to the side, like, oh yeah, if they go in there, this is what they'll see, and blah blah blah. No, fuck y'all.
Happens.
I haven't left yet. Just wait.
Ow, my foot.
Yeah, we haven't left yet apparently, so there's still time.
Yeah, that's.
No, I'm not gonna force you. I'm just saying. I'm trying to be prepared.
Let's hit the road. If the priest really hates us, he'll send his clerics after us, and then we'll prioritize it.
I'm sure he wouldn't be so bold as to make a move while the princess has already ordained meetings with you all. That would be a bit rash. Likely he'll send somebody after us all while we travel.
Very smart.
So what is the plan for the party now?
Well, I assume actually goes back to the princess to ask if she knows any of the names on the list he got, about if she even knows about the dragon soul crystal business.
It won't let me add that. I'll do that later. When looking at the list, she points out that she knows the name of that obscure church and explains that it's starting to make a name for itself, but it's right now just secluded into the north. They haven't made it large enough to spread, but she fears what their influence might do.
All right, so potential more church enemies. Got it.
Ends up just, being a heathen. All the churches fucking hate y'all.
Why does this church hate me? We worship the same God. Why don't worship him? I work for him.
Yeah, that's something y'all haven't found out yet, so I can't tell you.
Also, Pastor Thurston Francis, what's the situation with the church now? Have you guys seized their assets, or are they just left alone?
Well, currently, any surviving members are in custody, some being interrogated, others waiting for their turn. They have some that have taken their own lives, which is a mortal sin, but they are who they are. The church itself technically can't be brought down due to laws, but we will make sure that the right people have the freedom to use it as they wish. There's still more information to be found, but it is not a pretty scene. And she kind of just shivers a bit from the thought of it, of what she's seen so far.
That bad, huh?
These were not people of our God.
Not people of our God?
Basically meaning that these weren't actual church of the dragon rider. They were impersonating it, but they were their own faction using this church and their assets for their own personal gain. Anyone can put a robe on and pretend that they're the head of some church. In a sense.
Damn. Yeah, that kind of adds up with everything that happened. So would it be okay if I looked around down there for some information about the whole Dragon Soul thing? See if they left anything there?
Your people are free to look, though do be careful not to tamper with evidence. We still have to gather enough to prosecute the rest of the believers and set an example for those that take our God in vain.
You wouldn't even know I was there.
I don't doubt that, unfortunately.
Well, okay. I'll leave you back to your business. As Asham goes to, I guess, the church.
There are guards there, but seeing that they know who you are, they can't stop you. Legally, they can't stop you.
Asham just smiles and waves as he passes them by.
Some word has gone by. You can roll to see if you hear it. Or you can ignore what they're whispering.
I don't really care.
Okay. What are you going to do inside? Take a general look, or?
Yeah, I'll look around with my magic eyes. That's what that.
Can I please scroll this up? You know what? I'm going to refresh. Haha. There are some magical items, some of it being runes etched into the walls. People are using magic, some to fix the place. just like they are outside. Inside is not good. You can see splatters of blood here and there, destroyed furniture, some remnants of people. It's not a pretty sight. And as you go further into the church where the statue was, there is a large cavern in that back wall. Let me. Ba-bam, ba-bam.
Big ass statue.
Yeah, that played a role.
That was one big ass statue, though.
It'd be like in this area. Just pretend like all of that is like not windows, but above it is. The windows are all shattered. There is a cavern in the wall. The edges are jagged, the surrounding wall slathered in dried blood. There are pieces still between the crumbling rock where once the body of the head priest was. Below on the ground are the remnants of his robe, small pieces of him that have yet to be cleaned away, and rubble.
The head priest is dead?
Does it look like something giant moved through the doorway and that might have caused it to break?
Yes. It looked like something big in here went on a rampage, basically, and anything and anyone that was in its path basically got destroyed. Hulk smash. Also, the doors themselves to the entrance, they're not there. They were just fucking destroyed. What wanted out got out.
Huh. Looks like the man that tried to squish me squished the priest.
This
And
area over here, that once housed was that whole area is just fucking destroyed. Something big got through the small hole, the normal doorway.
yeah, Ashram just like looks around the area to see if he can find any clues.
Well, you can tell that the big dude that you killed came from here.
Yeah.
And that he fucked the place up. And the people. So what are you looking for?
Anything that can give me information like magical about like where like it's I'll use like his dragon soul thing.
From what is not being quarantined, no, unfortunately. The only information you can gather is this is where the big guy came from, and the head priest has been destroyed. A lot of the other places like that area is right now quarantined for investigation and information collection.
Wait, so they went down there?
Well, there are people guarding the now gigantic hole in the wall, as well as people down there collecting information.
And then
Because on the
anything.
right side, if you remember, that was an open area for anyone to go through their records.
Mm-hmm.
But all the good information was on the left that was locked off.
And that room was destroyed.
Enough that it would take you a little bit to get in there, but they're stopping anyone from contaminating the stuff.
Can Ashton try to persuade him that he's on the... Yeah.
Do remember you do not have a inspiration.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so the left is locked off. I want to go down that hole where the guys burst out of.
I mean, the opening where the big ass statue is still there. That's where y'all went through, and that you tumbled down but nailed the landing.
Oh, it came from there.
No, he came from here, and y'all went down here.
Okay. I guess this investigation was a bit of a bust then. Well, that's all. Yeah, well, that's all Ash can get from this. I guess he returns to the group.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Has everything gotten sold, bought, what everyone needs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I want to buy 100 gold worth of magic ink. Well, not magic, rare ink.
That's not that hard. You could find a random shop. It would be like a tankard's worth. What is it, like a half gallon? No, that's a pint. Yeah, you can get 2 pints worth of ink.
Great. It'll be useful later. Yeah, now I'm done.
Okay. So what will y'all do now?
I want to try and get a withered vine. If there's like a nature shop or something. I have my thing for casting this spell, but I should get it back up, I figure.
I mean, you can probably find like a floral place. Wouldn't be too hard. It's not a common place, but yeah, they would have one. You'd have to buy the plant itself and then take the vine off.
That shouldn't be a problem. Is it a plant I can lift? It's just a little flower pot?
It's like a foot tall. A foot or two tall in a base.
Okay, then yeah, I can just carry that, chuck it in the cart with all the water and stuff.
It'd be like 2 gold. It's it's getting close to end of season, so.
Okay, I subtract 2 gold and add plant for wither and bloom spell.
If you care for it, you can continue to grow it. If you decide to harvest it, you get about a 1d6 on the vines.
Okay.
Minimum 2.
Okay, that's all I needed.
Okay. I can delete that one. And delete. Anyone else?
Nope.
We'll go for another like 20 minutes or so and then call it.
Okay. So we're just gonna leave the town now in our wagon? Or
Our wagon full of shit. And us.
We got the bedroll Heathen needed.
Yeah, I bought the bedroll and the feed for the horse.
Okay. I'll add that to his inventory.
My cat has just come into my room, sat down, and demandingly meowed at me, saying that it is time for dinner.
I mean, the cat's not wrong. If you look at the map, by wagon, if you go at a normal pace, it should take you about 3 weeks to reach the border. And if anyone is good at trapping, hunting, you can try to get your meal for the day that way. If not, you will have to have your rations.
Sari can hunt if someone can find her something to get.
Wouldn't Trogger know instinctively how to hunt here, being that this
No,
is...
yeah, you would be able to hunt here. You know the land, so you would know how to do it, and you can help anyone that is good at survival.
Like the ranger!
Well, even though Heathen is technically a ranger in class...
No, I'm saying, like the ranger. Help him out. Help him learn.
Technically, yes. You can teach him how to do certain things.
Every time I would go out, I would bring him along to help teach him to survive more.
Are you proficient in the short bow?
Yeah, I am.
Then you can also teach him to do that. But you can only do one thing per night, be it the survival, the weapon, or what.
Alright, so I alternate. I'm back at my computer for a moment. You want me to roll something?
If you're going to do survival first, roll a survival. Flat.
Alright.
I'm also pretty decent at it, but not as good as that.
Okay, yeah. You're able to teach him the ins and outs for that night, just to kind of learn some basics.
Alright. Cool.
You'd probably have to share the meal, but I mean, you're able to catch something.
Hey. The more he learns, the better he gets at it. The better he gets at it, the sooner he'll be able to do it on his own.
And then anyone else for the first night can roll to try to hunt or, eat a ration.
Does anybody have the Outlander background?
Nope.
Outlander? No. I'm what we call an inlander. I'm from in this land.
Bruh.
Not wrong, am I?
You're not wrong. You would also easily be able to get something.
Yeah.
I mean, I did the survival check with Heathen, effectively.
Well, yours counts with Heathen. Tranquil rolled.
Ah, okay.
I will, we'll stop in just a minute. Because I finally ran out of stuff. Finally. We'll have it like at a base roll unless there's anything else you want to do, and if I have anything planned, because I do have one thing I want to do. You're not there yet.
I was just gonna have Viola take the first watch and do that perception roll, and just remind everyone that even though we didn't get the fight we were expecting, that doesn't mean the desert is going to be any safer. We have to be on the watch for the unexpected.
Oh, Chaco would warn you all about the desert problems.
Is anyone going to make loud noises tonight? Void.
Trogger would point to the tip of his blade, and she said, anyone make loud noises? This is what they could expect. Void.
I won't be casting my loudest spells unless we're already under attack by what it would summon.
Yes, I won't make loud noises unless someone must be my turn again. Yeah.
I don't believe I'm particularly loud.
Wonderful. Then we should be just fine.
Oh, you don't have the terrors of what happened that night. You should have been there.
Sari has changed once again out of her armor back into her clothes.
Is there anything anyone's going to do before it's the round of the watching?
Yeah, I was just gonna start inscribing that identify scroll into his magic book.
Who was the book masturbator book holder person thing?
That's Arcus Void.
So Arcus is gonna become the next keeper. Oh
if
no!
he tunes to it long enough, yes, he could potentially become the next bookmaster.
The book masturbator becomes the book masturbator keeper.
He's a trapper keeper.
Wizard moment.
It'll take you. You just started doing this again. I'd say about an hour. Roll a performance to see how well you wrote.
Perfect calligraphy.
It's decent. It's legible.
Good. Good enough.
Good print.
You now have the identify scroll. Spell, sorry. Thank you.
He already had the scroll.
Now you just need a 100 gold piece pearl to cast it.
You can still cast it once with that scroll.
And you still have a cursed ring.
Yeah, that is true. That
Also,
will work.
Unless the by default, identify doesn't tell you if an item's cursed or not.
I'm going to tell you what it does.
No, identify does. I'm pretty sure unless the cursed item is a hidden curse, which is expressly on the item. The identify should tell you every magic effect on it, including curses.
I will look up the spell real quick, because I'm pretty sure it just directly says it does not identify curses.
If it is a magic,
I've been using cursed magic items in the game I run.
Doesn't invite DM to same game. Fine.
It doesn't say anything specifically about curses, but it says that you learn its properties and how to use them, which would include curses in my mind.
So basically the info about it.
Also, there isn't a spell for identifying curses.
Yeah, it is identifies the not all.
Apparently, in the Dungeon Master's Guide on page 138, it specifies that it does not identify curses.
Really?
Oh wait, what would be the point of the other curse identifying spell?
You mean remove curse?
I guess you would use detect magic then, and then your item would be giving off bad energy instead of what it's supposed to be.
Well, the point of cursed items is you usually don't know they're cursed until you attune to them.
You should be able to know they're cursed by the magic it gives off, though.
Well, that's the thing is, what if the curse is an evil? That's why it should just, unless it's like an actual evil curse, it would just show that it's magical.
Most curses are awful to begin with. I don't think there's a single curse that's beneficial.
The default curse that all curse items have is that they just make you not want to take it off. It's up to I don't know if there are any Wizard of the Coast cursed magic items aside from maybe like one or two that have their own curse. It's usually up to the DM.
So it's basically just DM choice.
No, yeah, it does say in the DMG. That's weird. Almost every table I've ever ran at has always said it worked.
And I personally don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much.
I'm not a stickler for the rules.
I shall be abusing this as a DM myself from now on. I can't wait to start cursing my players before level 5 and then make them waste spells or waste spell learn to get remove curse.
Make one of the curses, but when they swear, they feel bad pain, and then just watch your players suffer.
My party's cleric is attuned to a cursed set of plate mail that eats half the healing he gets.
Well, because it had hurt feelings too.
There's a lot of ways around that you don't have to worry about. Just start stacking temp HP.
I'm having flashbacks with Nana now.
The thing is, it's not just negating half healing, it's eating it. And it's already evolved once from eating his life essence.
But it's not giving him a buff.
Well, it gives him resistance to necrotic damage. Because he took this set of black plate mail that was covered in ashes off of a decently powerful undead they killed. And I'm like, it looks evil. Are you sure you want to try it on? Like, yeah. Do you want to identify it first? No.
That's colorist. It could be black and be fine.
Black ash covered plate mail that was being worn by an undead.
Yeah. Maybe he just wanted to look spiffy.
Well, the armor does look great.
Now he looks evil.
The armor does look great.
He's said cleric is a spider person called an arachne. They're like a drider. And when the armor evolved, it essentially covered his entire body and gave him a helmet that makes him look very, very evil.
And now we have to go make a cloak out of wolf pelt, so that way he's not looking evil.
Speaking of, how does hunting go with a 20?
Oh, easily get it.
So we have food.
Wait, is that not food for all of us, or just?
Well, the 20 you could easily get for a couple people. But Trogger is intentionally teaching, so it would be a shared between the two of them kind of thing.
How?
Because I also rolled a 20, so yeah. So I probably fed the rest of the party.
Yeah. During before the first watch, Heathen's going to take the book out. And again, Void, this is when you get that ping, that pain in your head.
Kill.
No. Bad Void, bad. They'll make me get the spray bottle again.
Anyway, Arcus does walk towards Heathen, though, seeing that book.
Do you look at what the title says? Because he's trying to pronounce it, and he's not even doing the right syllable.
Yeah. What does the title say?
Liliana.
You know, I don't understand why they give you a book when you can't read.
You know, I may not be able to read, but at least I can understand and speak fluently Draconic. You can even tell when you're being insulted in Draconic. And then he will say an arbitrary word in Draconic and then snicker.
Sari, who speaks Draconic, tells him that he shouldn't be saying that in Draconic.
He will look at you a bit surprised because he wasn't expecting that. And he will start having a conversation with you, ignoring Arcus. And during this, he will explain to you why he's so hostile towards Arcus.
Arcus also listening in.
Yeah, you will hear him explaining about the incident with the sandworm in full detail. But of course, it's by his point of view, so it's worse.
Draconic, Arcus looks at him. Make sure you got the part in the whole little trick you did to my tent.
I don't think you can say it in Draconic though. This says you understand it.
You need tongues in order to speak.
I mean, you can say it in broken Draconic since you've learned some of it, but yeah.
Yeah, broken Draconic.
So you kind of sound like a hillbilly in Draconic in a way. Just it's like a southern person going to like a fabulous place trying to fit in.
Well, that does sound horrible. I'm sure it will be better though. They seem to have a great deal of care for you.
He's fine. I wouldn't want him killed. He's fine.
Maimed, on the other hand.
Maimed is fine, just not killed. He is going to open the book, and he can't see, or when he sees, he doesn't understand. But if anyone else looks at the book, there's nothing there.
Arcus sits a few inches beside him to look over to the book.
I will post, let me copy and paste this. Copy. Yeah, you remember that pain you were feeling? This is the magic on it. He can see words, he just doesn't know what any of it means. Besides, you know, the few simple words. But due to the pain that you felt, there's information inside this book you need.
Huh.
Yeah, for you, you don't see anything on there. It's blank pages, just like with the big book you had. Also, if you try to take the book and open it, it will refuse to open.
So the only get the information I need from out of that book is to teach him how to read it.
Yep.
I'm so glad that ain't my job.
Well, it's a good thing you have 3 weeks to do it.
Apparently, Viola wants to talk to Tranquil, so Tranquil go over.
Excuse me, heathen.
Yes.
Do the language, does the words on that book look like this at all? And so we'll crouch down and start writing in the sand draconic script.
He nods. It would be in his native language, which would be Draconic, followed by Common. But it could be either. It doesn't matter.
Well, I'm afraid, unless you happen to speak Draconic yourself and know how to write with it, you're going to have a tough time teaching him, so it might fall on me to progress your required lessons.
He points to a word in the book, though it's not there for you. He says, I know this word, the.
You'll have to, okay. Well, you're going to have to write down some of the pages you see for me to be able to tell you what they look like. And that's going to be rough because Draconic is very precise with how its dictation is on the page. So it would be very difficult. Perhaps I should start just teaching you the alphabet. Maybe I should charge for the service. Well, no, I accept food every night.
When you are saying that it has to be precise, you can roll a. Are you still staring at Heathen, or are you looking at something else?
Probably like between him and whoever it was that is talking to him, needing this.
You can roll a perception then.
Perception. 20.
Oh yeah. He looks back at the book, like staring intently, and you see his eyes kind of shift for a moment. And as this happens, like it's just for a moment, he said, "Oh, now they're different. See, this one still says the. It's just different looking."
Different looking.
and he'll write in the sand, he'll spell out in common, the.
All right.
But above it, he'll, this is what it was before, and he'll do the draconic the.
Well, it seems your magic book can translate the writing, so you might not need my help if you'd rather learn the common tongue, which would probably be more useful to you, considering that draconic isn't used very much in the normal day-to-day life of most people in this country.
Well, for the West, draconic and common are the top two languages. They're interchangeable.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Then.
Being that this is a draconic land, almost everyone that is at least native knows draconic and or common. That's why Heathen can speak both. He just can't read.
Gotcha.
He can read a map, and he knows certain things he's been taught. He just can't like pick up a letter and be like, oh, I know what this whole thing says. He can pick out keywords. He was taught just enough to be useful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Real
No, I know. I was going to
get
get to Viola in a moment.
All right.
Let's try not to interrupt. That's
No,
why
you're fine. I was going to get to you
separate.
next anyway.
Well, I'll leave you to teach him the common language then.
And in fact, and funny thing is when Heathen is speaking, he sometimes switches to Draconic on accident because it's so universal there. So if you do know both languages, you can keep up with him. But to start with, he only spoke Draconic because everyone else was speaking in their own tongue and was technically disrespectful to him, so he returned the favor. He's still not over that, just so you know.
Wait, did I first communicate with him in Draconic or Common? I don't remember.
It didn't matter technically. Real, Void, and Chaos were speaking in Elvish.
Yep.
And he didn't understand a single fucking thing, and he thought it was rude because not only did they not ask for his name or even say hello, they were just letting him follow them and just started speaking in their own language.
Good night, all.
Because we didn't trust him because the person who hired him threw a knife at me.
Anyway, he's gone. We'll come back.
He said goodnight.
Okay. Yeah, he said goodnight.
Oh, he left?
Yeah, roll 20.
Oh, okay. Then that was into that. Yeah, you have the option to teach him both. I'm just giving you the option that you can do one, the other, or both. It's specifically for a him item. So he has the option to learn it in any way he can. But there is key information in this book you need.
Oh, man, if you...
And then I will be posting passages as he learns what y'all will learn. Because, you know, if you're teaching him, you're also reading. As for Viola, what are you doing with Tranquil?
I'm opening up the cushion box, and I need you to tell me if the egg was damaged or not from all the last few adventures.
Yeah. And is Tranquil like focusing on this egg?
Yeah, I was gonna ask him if he had any knowledge of it, but
would I have any knowledge of what this egg might be?
What is your background and what continent are you from?
Well, I'm from the forest that the wolf goddess is in.
Yeah, the east.
And I have the acolyte background because I'm her acolyte.
I'd say for the background, no, but since you're from the east, you might know because you're about to find out what it is. As you take out the egg from the container you had it was secure. I mean, the container itself was padded. This was built for travel. But as soon as you start moving it around in your hands, if that's what you're doing, you feel this warming sensation kind of pulsating in your hands. And as you do that, some cracks form.
So the egg just starts cracking in Tranquil's hand?
Is Tranquil holding it, or is Viola?
It wouldn't stop you if you go to pick it up because you are examining it, but
yeah, he would have it in his hand to examine it.
Okay, so right now, it is starting to hatch.
He would look to Viola and say, we're about to find out exactly what it is.
You have an option. Do you hold on to it?
Set it down? Set it down?
Okay, he'll set it down back in the chest.
And which way is this chest facing where the back of the lid is?
I imagine it was probably opened towards me. She was showing me this.
As the egg starts cracking, you see just a hint of light for a moment before pieces start breaking off. If I remember correctly, this was like a reddish looking egg. Don't quote me. I don't remember. And as it breaks apart, you see a tiny little hand reaching out. And I mean tiny. Do you respond?
Tranquil will reach out and touch it.
Is Viola going to do anything or just watch?
She'll coo because it is cute.
As you put your finger out to touch it, it grabs your hand. There's no pain. And the egg starts like shifting more, and it kind of helps you to help it like pull out to break open the rest of the egg. And you see a tiny little humanoid creature. It has pointed ears. On its back are wings that are folded up and long hair.
Would I know what this is?
It is a tiny fae, would you?
I know Sylvan.
Then possibly, if you know Sylvan, you would know what a fae is.
Yeah.
You would not know its species of like what it can do, but you would know a general about it.
Okay.
You would also know if it's hatched, it is like any, hatched animal, the first thing it sees.
I will speak out in Sylvan, and he'll say, "Welcome to the world."
Opening its bright eyes that flash for just a second of that magic coming to it, it will look at you and in Sylvan, tiny voice say, "Hello."
Hello.
You now have acquired a tiny fae. It is a newborn and must be cared for as a newborn. And it is yours to do as you wish. If you allow this, it is now bonding to Tranquil and can bond to Viola. It can be pair bonded.
We'd be like his parents.
Basically. But it is up to Viola if she wants to bond to it, or it would be solely bonded to Tranquil as like a parent sibling thing,
Right.
It will still do what the party wants when it learns all that, but it would be like, oh, this one is my parent. So it's your choice if you want to also have it bond with you or only let Tranquil. But because it's looking at Tranquil and speaking, it is right now bonded or bonding.
Right.
Can Viola speak Sylvan?
No. She knows Druidic, but she's from like probably the largest city, and it's like more of an extended village or series of villages on the eastern continent, even though it is the forest continent. So,
do you know Elvish?
She knows Elvish, yeah. She is a half-elf.
then Tranquil could easily teach you Sylvan. They use the same script.
Now, information about the Fae could be easily found in the East, so it's your choice if you want to know anything about it.
Do I have to do what do I have to roll to determine?
That's a personal thing. If you want to know that, oh, I know a little bit about this species, I've heard stories, sure. Or if you want this, I studied it.
He has a 13 in intelligence and knows Sylvan. So
no,
he
you
probably
would know it, yeah. You would know more, but if Real wants to have that as a background knowledge, that's up to you too, on how much of that you would know.
She knows that Fae exists, but she has no idea. She's never met one, and she wouldn't particularly know, like, if they're connected to the gods, if there's a difference between this clearly desert Fae versus whatever could have existed back home, etc., etc. She is extremely ignorant.
Okay. Again, that's a personal choice. Because the East is more magical than any of the other continents because of the god. So that knowledge would be those that live there or could study there. That would be their basic, like, oh yeah, I've read books about this. It's common.
Is there a way that for me to know what this creature is? Like,
at the moment, no. I'm assuming, and this is just a preference, is like, when everything's born, you don't know what it is right away until you have a chance to kind of examine it.
Okay.
And as far as I know about the Fae, they all kind of look like little pixies. You kind of have to see markings or something about it.
Well, fairies might. Fae covers, at least in base D&D, Fae covers an extremely wide term.
Yeah, I didn't really pick which
Fae.
one.
Yeah, blink dogs are Fae, hags are Fae, red caps are Fae. Like essentially everything and anything in the Fae wild can be labeled as Fae. Satyrs are Fae.
Okay, this is a tiny Tinkerbell, and you'll figure out what type it is soon.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Fairy.
Or pixie.
Some kind.
Fairies are, pixies are tiny, fairies are small.
At the moment, it's tiny because, it's an egg. But I was kind of just leaving it up to which of it you want, or make some kind of roll sheet. I just had an idea of a small humanoid fae that could fly.
Yeah. There are 3 primary ones that are like that, being pixies, fairies, and sprites. Pixies are broken.